you started working with football as a junior. So how much was football a part of your life before that?
So I actually tried like broadcasting like in my sophomore year, just because, you know, my mom went to BC and during the Flutie era, so she was always into BC football. So when I got to BC, I would say that's when I got the most into it. Like I remember showing up to Alumni Stadium for that first home game and thinking like, wow, like I'm so lucky to be at a Power 5 school, you know, and I think I just fell in love with it, and I had always known a lot about it, but it wasn't a huge part of my life. Like it was, you know, I don't come from a family of like coaches or anything, so it was sort of just like a gradual transition into, okay, I think this is actually what I want as my career.
Yeah. How much do you know or understand the game now, just being in the office around these coaches and players all the time?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like by osmosis. Like eventually, like if you're around it this much, you have to gain an understanding, and Coach Loeffler is somebody that has taught me so much. Like you will not find many head coaches that are willing to sit with you for 35 minutes and go down the script with you and tell you what it all means. And I'm really lucky in that sense. So my knowledge has grown a lot, both by choice and by force, I think, which is good. But you know, my knowledge of the game, nobody's dependent on my knowledge of the game. Obviously, I'm not a coach, but it definitely helps and definitely allows you to have, you know, more relevant conversations with people that are really into the game. Yeah, absolutely.
What's your favorite part about the job? Anything?
I would say being around people all day. You know, there is never, sometimes I wish, but there is never a time where I'm like in my office alone and nobody's stopping by. And like I said, there are days where I'm like, okay, I need like 10 minutes. But I think that's the best part is like, yes, this is such a grind and there are no days off, but the people that you're with really become like family. Yeah. You fight like family, like it really is like a very unique corporate culture, or the lack thereof, honestly. And I think that's my favorite part.
Just a few months, what about 4 or 5 months on the job? What have you learned about yourself that makes you such a good fit for this job?
You know, I think I've always been really intense, and I think that I used to try and find a way to curb that.
Intense yelling?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, I can,
yeah.
but no. You need to. No, I think just intense in the way that I attack something, and you know, if I get my mind set on something, I'm like a dog with a bone, and I don't have an easy time sort of letting things go or being able to say, oh, I'll let this slide, and that's not a good thing in a lot of ways. But I think I spent a lot of time trying to curb that. So I think I've learned that, like, okay, this is why I'm here, and this is why I'm able to do that. And I think that's what Coach Loeffler saw in me. But you know, everything there's always things I could be doing to get better. So I think like learning about myself in this job is so important, and managing people and personalities is so difficult. But it's also a privilege to be able to do it so young, because I think I'll just be that much more prepared for, you know, when I have to do it in I say adulthood all the time. I am an adult, but like, you know, you're fresh out of college, you don't think you are, but yeah, so it's been a big learning experience, which has been good.